Welcome back, everybody. Today is a day where we celebrate inspiring stories about women all around the world, including the ones who beat addiction here in the Metro.
Joining us now from Arista Recovery Treatment Center is Gina Hacker, Director of Business Development at Arista Recovery. Gina, welcome to Great Day KC. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well, thank you.
Of course.
So what makes a treatment at Arista different? I'm very curious.
We take a holistic approach and take our clients out of what is considered the traditional therapy room and introduce them to the experience of having a mind-body connection in treatment.
Wow.
Our program draws on principles from neuroscience, exercise science, and psychology to support the recovery process.
So the more like holistic
It
approach.
is, it is.
That's great to hear.
Talk about how the pandemic has impacted our community in regards to addiction.
We have seen so many cases of people suffering from depression, isolation, anxiety. We lost our support networks, our traditional support networks and our daily routines. And so many people turned to substances to help them cope. We have heard so many stories of people who, before the pandemic, were maybe social or occasional drinkers.
Sure.
And during the pandemic, they increased their drinking frequency and started to have problems with their relationships, their jobs, legal issues, and really led to pretty disruptive circumstances in their lives.
And it's unfortunate because that kind of creeps up on people.
It does.
You know, you don't plan to become addicted to alcohol or drugs. You know, I know some people, they just did it, like you said, every once in a while, but circumstances change and they find themselves relying on different substances to try to, you know, help fill that void. And unfortunately, it just ends up in, you know, some very tricky circumstances. But the important thing is that there's hope.
There is.
And
resources
there's
for
change,
help.
there's resources.
Yes.
So with all this, has the way our community, the way that our community views addiction, has that changed at all with the pandemic?
I think so too, especially with the pandemic. Such a brighter light has been shown on mental health issues and substance use disorder in general. The stigma is not there where it used to be. I think similarly, you know, how we treated cancer and understood cancer 50 years ago is different today.
Sure.
I think the same goes for substance use disorder. I think today we understand that things like medication for withdrawal symptoms and new therapies, art therapy, the importance of art, and
even music therapy.
Yes, and Arista is going to have equine therapy and all different kinds of therapy that really promote.
Equine?
Yes.
Is that horses?
Horses.
Oh, that's awesome.
To promote the mind-body
You've
connection.
done stories.
I have done stories with horses as a way of therapy, and
wonderful.
To hear the stories and how far they've come and how the horses have helped them, that's a very great resource that Arista is offering.
That's incredible.
Yes, we see the value and the importance of it when treating addiction. It's you really need to meet the person where they are and provide that mind-body connection.
Absolutely. Gina, what are some ways Arista will engage other community organizations to help support people struggling with addiction?
We believe strongly in the power of collaboration, and we are so fortunate in Kansas City to have a wonderful network of mental health providers, substance use disorder treatment centers, and we want to and will partner with all community resources to help people get connected with the kind of treatment they need. We need to meet them where they are and really customize and individualize their treatment plan, and that's something we hope to do with our community and plan to do with our community.
That's great because, you know, not everything, you know, not every treatment works for everybody.
Yes, true. Yes, not one size fits all, correct. That
Exactly.
is correct. That is correct.
So if somebody wants to admit themselves or you know, into Arista, what does that look like?
It's a very simple process. It's oftentimes the hardest thing to pick up the phone and ask for help, but that's all you need to do is call our 800 number, which is listed on our website as well. We've got great resources, information there as well about our programs, and we'll help connect you to the right kind of care that's appropriate based on your needs.
I really hope, I know it can be very difficult asking for help.
It is.
But that is the first step. Even though it may be challenging, that's all you gotta do, just take one step.
Just do it.
Yep.
Just do it. Well, thank you so much, Gina, for joining us and telling us more about Arista. Now, for those wanting more information on treatment, you can visit aristarecovery.com.